After all the furore about their 7-1 split, the Springboks decide to troll the haters again by picking all 4 of their scrum halves in their matchday squad. My name's Mark, let's talk rugby. South Africa v Romania. This one is in the Stade de Bordeaux in Bordeaux. It's on Sunday 17th of September and kickoff is 2 p.m. BST. This is world number 2 versus world number 19. South Africa now, they're just 0.15 points away from overhauling Ireland at the top of the rankings. And, you know, we see that they really are coming into form. I don't think, given the disparity between these two teams, I don't think Springboks are going to take any points from Romania, and this is just too big of a gap. I think it was the same for Ireland when they played Romania too. Let's have a look at the team, starting with the Springboks. So, front row, we got Oxenche, Bongi and Banambi, and Vincent Cox. So this is basically the bomb squad front row that we often see coming on in the big games. I thought they actually went better than the starters in that game against Scotland. It really added impetus when they come on. Second row then, we got John Klein and Marvin Orley. So interesting to see how those two go together, because generally if it was like a bigger test match than this, you'd probably see one or other of them starting rather than the two of them starting together. So, you know, for the Springboks, I want to see how those two go together. Two, quality players. So into the back row, then we got Marco van Staden and Quagga Smith, and then Dwayne Vermeulen at 8. Vermeulen, he's still getting back up to the pace of, you know, Test rugby, but he's getting better every time I see him. Quagga Smith, whenever I see that guy, he has huge impact at the breakdown. And, you know, he was decent as well when I saw him playing earlier on in the year. Marco van Staden, I thought he did well through the Rugby Championship as well. So, you know, it's a decent back row for them. Then into the backs, we had the first of the 4 nines who've been picked. So Corpus Reinark is there. And beside him, we got Damien Willemse. So, you know, it's I think as a pairing they're going to do well in this game, because this game, you know, they will still have to impose themselves and just can't go out and start throwing the ball around, just run through Romania. But still, they're I think good selections for, you know, the game is going to loosen up. They're definitely going to be finding space. I think they're going to be looking to, you know, condense the Romanian defensive line and then try and get to the edges as well. And these guys are going to help them to do that. Onto then the left wing, you got Makazola Mapimpi. So I think he's probably fallen down the pecking order of wings for the Springboks at the moment. So he's probably looking for a big performance here to put his hand up, you know, to start for, you know, the game against Ireland. Then centre's got Andre Esterhazen, who I thought, you know, has been excellent at 12 through the Rugby Championship and in the build-up as well. Then Kane Moody, we saw more of him on the wing in the Rugby Championship, and then he played that first test at 13 against the All Blacks and just looked like he was born to the position. So, you know, let's see if he can do it again in this one. I think he will. I think he'll probably get on the score sheet a couple of times as well. Then we have another 9, this time playing on the wing. So on the right wing, Grant Williams, guy just has tons of pace. I don't know whether he is actually the fastest player in the Springboks team, but he's got to be close to it. The guy's just crazy fast. And, you know, seeing him on the wing, I think, you know, as I said, that the big ball carriers are going to suck in that Romanian defense, and then, you know, they have the players to get the ball out to the wing quickly. And Williams, you know, I won't be surprised if he, you know, decides to try and skin a winger on the outside and actually does it and maybe goes on to score a try. Because, as I said, he's got pace to burn, really. Fullback then, we got Willie LaRue. you know what you get with Willie. Like he's been preferred over Willemse at 15 for most of the big tests as well. So he's going to deliver when he's out there. But himself and Willemse, at that 10, 15 combination, LaRue is going to be coming up into the line and being a second playmaker as well and sharing the load there. So I think that's going to do them well. Onto the bench, then you got Dion Faris, who got no marks in the squad this week. I think he's got a knock, right? I don't think he's so badly injured that he's going to be out for Ireland, but I could be wrong about that. But still a quality player to come in there as well. You got Kitsov and Kanye as well. So real quality coming on in the front row. Then you got Orji Sneyman, who's just getting better the fitter he gets, and he's just a massive human being. You got Jasper Wiese there too, and he's had impact off the bench, and expect him to do the same here too. Then we have the third of the nines, which is Jaden Hendrikse, who he's got the 21 shirt, so I'm expecting him to come on at 9, but you don't know. Maybe Faf de Klerk is there as well on the bench, so that's the fourth of the nines. Maybe it's going to be too tempting not to get all 4 of the nines on the pitch at some stage. Like, that would be some statement if they did that. And you got Jesse Creel there as just kind of the 23rd man, covering a number of positions there as well. So it's definitely a second team, but quality players, and a lot of players who probably feel that if they can hit some form, that they can force their way into that first Springboks team as well. So not looking good for Romania, I'd say, in this one. But let's have a look at the Romanian team. So front row, they got Hartig, Kojikaru and Gordas. Second row is Motog and Iftimitsu. You got back row, Gordine, Nekulau and Chiricha. Halfbacks, Rupanu and Vauvasa. So Vauvasa, the two of them actually, the halfbacks, they've shown like they've got some skills there. Then they just need some kind of platform to be able to actually deliver. I think not likely they're going to get that many chances though against the Springboks, and they're going to have to be like on it really to take any chances that they do get. Left wing, then we got Onutu. Centers, Gontinek and Tamane. Right wing then is Manumua, who looked decent, when he did get chances to have ball in hand. And fullback is Simonescu, who again, can be decent if he gets some space, but it's just difficult really for them to actually generate that space. Onto the bench then, we have Irimescu, Savin, Cretu, Yanku, Stratilla, Bobok, Konash, and Pop. So how do you think this game is going to go? Well, Springboks obviously going to win. Hopefully, and I mean this from a rugby point of view, I think, if you watch my channel long enough, you know that although I'm from Ireland and I'm a big Ireland fan, I'm not one-eyed in my opinion. So when I say this, it's not to the benefit of Ireland. So, but I hope it's not as big a scoreline that they shipped against Ireland from Romania's point of view, and from kind of the World Cup's point of view as well. I believe that South Africa have the players and the ability to get to that 80 odd points that Ireland got, and maybe even more. But I just hope that Romania can make it maybe a little bit closer for a little bit longer, and then just not get absolutely completely blown away. Maybe have a bit of a purple patch somewhere in the game just to lift them up. And something that maybe as fans of Tier 1 nations that we forget is that for a team like Romania, they look at the pool very differently than we do. We look at our games against the likes of Romania as kind of a chance to maybe give the wider squad a bit of a run out, or a chance to play yourself into a bit of form if you're not, you're coming off the back of a loss, or, a chance to run up a score and get some, guaranteed bonus points that are going to help you in the shake-up for the end of the pool if it's going to be close. But for the likes of Romania, for them, they might have looked at this pool and said, well, realistically, the team that we have the best chance of getting any kind of result against is Tonga, and our pool needs to reflect that. So the games against Ireland and then this one against the Springboks is preparation for them, going into what they'll see as their final, really, because they know that they've no chance of progressing. There's no chance against most of these big teams in the pool either, but still it can help them to get ready because they're playing better quality players than, a lot of them have probably ever faced before. And, with that, even if you're getting, absolutely destroyed, you're still, players can respond to that positively and see, okay, that's where the bar is. We need to aim for that. And then they might never get there, but they're going to improve as well. And just looking at, seeing the way that players on the opposition team go about doing certain things as well, they can pick things up too that can help them in their game. So, it's a different kind of thing for Romania in terms of how they progress through the pool. But in terms of this game, I still think South Africa, they're going to win it well. They just have too much quality, not just in the team they pick, but I think in their just wider squad as well, that they couldn't pick a team that would struggle against Romania. Now, I could be wrong, and it would be, great viewing for neutrals if that were to happen, but I think South Africa are going to win this one well.